Okay, it's time to continue with board games. As I got this upside down. So we went over Legends of Drizzt. Now we go over the Wrath of Asherdalon. Dalen, however you want to pronounce it. So these two are actually like interchangeable and everything because they're both like Dungeons and Dragons and everything. So you can get both of them, use them as separate, or you can kind of combine the two. So as you can see here too, we also got the third one, Castle Ravenloft, which I'll eventually get into. So the back here kind of showcases what you're going to be getting in this box and everything. So like I've already kind of combined the two and everything because, like I said, these board games are kind of interchangeable. So you do get like one of these like nifty trays and everything that you can get, and so you usually get the typical cards, the sequence of play, the boon, venture, counter, chamber, treasure cards, monster cards, and on the back side it gives you pretty much like all the stats for like everything. So like monster cards you can see here, and then you can get into like the treasure cards, and then those are monsters. Let's see here and of course these are the chambers, so like the different chambers that you're going to use for this. And so as you can see, I've kind of combined the miniatures and everything. So like in here, so you got like the different colored ones, like heroes, like monsters, and like the Baylor here is actually one of the for like the Legends of Drizzt. And of course, I got the hero card, hero ones down here, and each do come with a D20 that you can use. So as it takes out the troll, the dragon here. It's the red dragon asherdalon. Of course, it's a red dragon, and of course, kind of fitting that it was like a red miniature and everything. So that's some of the stuff in there. And of course, as the guy you can see, I got everything kind of organized, and so good old Ziploc bags for everything. And so some of the stuff I like haven't punched out yet. So like you do get like the stuff comes in like this and everything. So you can see like the actual card here for like the red dragon asherdalon, and it's got like the behold on the back the beholder. So this is how the stuff comes in, is actually like in kind of like a sheets like this and everything that you can put in your box. So this is pretty much like the second of the three of like of the D&D board games. Now, as far as I know, I don't think I've ever seen anything released yet for or that's interchangeable with this. So like this one we're going over is the Wrath of Asherdalon. The one we've gone over so far is the Legends of Drizzt, and so they're interchangeable. So each one does come with like an actual rule book, so that way you get one, you get a rule book, and then if you were to get the other one without the rule book, you'd be like, well, I just bought this board game, how the hell do I play? So that's why it has like each one has their own rule book, even though technically like the rules are pretty much the same. They're telling like, and that's why I said that these are pretty much interchangeable and everything. So the rule like what I'll do, I can let people pause, hold this for a second so people can pause to read, and then like let people pause and read and everything, so that way you can kind of learn how to play before you even pick it up and everything. So that way you can see like all the different like what to do, when to do. And of course like the Legends of Drizzt, you actually get like the characters from R.A. Salvatore's books, so like Drizzt himself, Bruner, Wolfgar, Katie Bree, and all the NPCs like Artemis and Trary, the assassin Jarlaxle, like the drow from like Hellspawn Ray and everything. Here you actually get like a stereotypical like paladins, fighters, barbarians, and stuff like that for your heroes. So like that's like kind of like one of the things that's different about them. So like you can see here like the cleric abilities. So you get like actual, in a sense, generic characters in this one. So this is like the rule, at least the rule book for this. So, and then on the back here you can see like frequently asked questions and everything. So quickly go over like these adventure book. It's going to be like the same kind of setup and everything. So like the first adventure is pretty much like an introductory adventure and everything to kind of like give you an idea, like, oh hey, like this is how you like you play. This is what it's all about. And then as you go to like the continuing adventures and everything, they get harder and harder and everything. So, and of course, as they get harder, you also like level up and everything. So they do have the level up for the characters, so that way you can actually like take on like these more advanced quests and everything. So that's like the quick one. Now, what I always love about these board games is like the miniatures and everything. So kind of like pulling out the miniatures again. This is always what makes board games the well worth their money and everything in weight, because like this one, as you can see on the back here, you get like 42 plastic heroes and monsters. This one cost me like a good $60. So for $60 you get 42 miniatures and everything, plus you get all these cards and stuff. So like it not only doubles as like a board game, but also for your D&D campaign, because like this dragon braid here alone would probably go for like $40-50 easy. And so like each individual like a small miniature like this would like be like probably like $5 a pop or something like the troll here would probably be like 15. So this is why I'm always big like, hey, yeah, look, get board games and everything if you're into D&D, and if you want to like, get your miniatures and everything. So like for instance, I'll pull like off like one of like the frost giants I picked up and everything. This was like, I think like 30 bucks or whatever. It was quite a while ago I picked that one up and everything. So you can see for $60 you get 42 miniatures and everything. So I'm like, huh, well, if I'm into D&D and I'm not necessarily into board games, I'm going to get this for the miniatures and everything. So because as you can see, I mean, it's like with a generic kind of like a plastic color and everything. It's kind of like, well, these like they make do and everything, or I can actually get some like paint and stuff and actually paint these like good old Warhammer players are notorious for. And like I said, something like this would go like for like a good $40-50 alone. So like you see, you're already ahead of the game with like just the miniatures by spending, like I said, I got this for like $60 and everything. So now the cards and everything, it gives you like a, and these are some of the other cards. So like you got like different encounters. So like another good benefit of getting something like this is that like for the DMs out there, what you can do is like, for instance, like with these encounter cards, it gives you ideas like okay, curses like they can use for a counter. You got like events, environment, event attack, trap. So it gives you ideas for, in a sense, ways to like do events or whatever. So like if you're kind of scratching your head, like, okay, what do I throw at the PCs next and everything? And of course, you got like the different abilities for the actual characters and like for at least this game. So like you can kind of maybe like get ideas like I mean, for the wizard here, you got basic spells. So like what you could do, use that as a kind of like an example, like okay, how do I make a wizard big bad evil guy? So like rogue abilities, and like you can gives you like a quick idea for like abilities. Like for here we see the paladin, then you get into like a fighter abilities. It gives you like a quick access, like, okay, look, I need to make something on the fly and everything. So now get into those cleric spells we saw, or abilities we saw in the rule book. So that like these cards can, like I said, help you DMs kind of like be able to do stuff on the fly if you're kind of like if you've planned everything out and all of a sudden like things go sideways, you have something quick like, oh yeah, here we go. And it's like the same thing like with the encounters and like the monsters and stuff like that. Yeah. And of course you can also like with items get good ideas for like magic items and everything to throw out here. So like for instance, like here, the Tome of Experience, you can use this to maybe to give like characters extra experience. Like they read the book, they get an extra 1,000 experience points or whatever. So like you can come up with something on the fly with something like that, and so like and like different chambers, like cards we can use as like for a dungeon crawl or something. You can kind of use that as like a okay, like maybe I'm trying like I haven't necessarily thought this through, or I need to make something like a add-on or something or whatever. And of course, like you got like adventure ideas for these encounters. You got like good NPC ideas right here for like a adventure. So that's the great thing about these board games is like how they can like and not only they can pull double duty and everything. So they can be a board game unto them itself, or like I said, just for the miniatures alone, they're well worth it because like 42 miniatures for like $60 and everything. Yeah, like, and especially when you get big ones, like at least one big one. Like this is from Legend of the Drizzt, like I said. This is the from like the actual like this one, the Wrath of Asherdalon, the good old red dragon. As I kind of put everything back together to kind of close this out. And put this stuff back in there. And close up shop. So, in this one, we go over the second of 3 board games for Dungeons and Dragons. So we've gone over Legends of Drizzt. This one is Wrath of Asherdalon, and eventually I'll probably be getting into the castle, like a Castle Ravenloft one that they have. So there's pretty much the good old trifecta of good old board games.